Peace and blessings, everyone. Welcome to the Humble Servant Homestead. So I just came on up here a while ago to feed the chickens, guys, and I looked on over and I spot something. Now, right here we have some plant in the garden here. In just a moment, I'll let you all know what it is that we have planted, but I spot something and it is a absolute beauty. So just a moment, I'll show you all, so just stay tuned. I'll give you all a little bit of backdrop on what is going on with these plants here. So right at around mid-June or so, we sowed some seeds for these okras here, and we planted right at around 7 or so, and I want to say about 6, or it could have been about 7. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we had a wonderful germination rate. Actually, all 7 of them germinated. Now, these 3 right here in the spot did take a bit of while to germinate, and that is why they are a bit smaller than the rest of them. But nonetheless, we had a real great germination rate, guys. And so we have actually been waiting for quite a while to see some kind of activity of either some kind of bloom or flower coming, and it did take a bit of while. Now, if you notice the size on these plants, they are very humongous. The leaves are humongous, and and it's also known that the leaves on these plants, they are edible. I think I might have just given away what it is that we are getting ready to talk about. But nonetheless, guys, every moment or so, we would come on up here into the garden and check these plants just to make sure that we are getting some kind of activity of flower opening, or even putting on buds for flower to open. But nonetheless, so today I came up to feed the chickens, and I was just looking over here again, and I spot something. Okay, I spot something, and in just a moment I'm actually going to take you all a bit close to show you. But right there, that is what I spot, that yellow flowers. And I'm telling you guys, I have grown okras over the years, and I have never seen a okra flower that big. But I'm guessing it is the variety and the kind of plant that it is. But that okra flower is so beautiful. But stay tuned. Like I said, I'm going to show you all in just a moment what it is that I'm talking about. Okay, but so far these plants, they have been real nice and healthy. They are looking really well, and I can go into how I planted them, but if you go back to any of my previous video, it's the same method that I do here inside of the garden. It's nothing extra or special that I've put on these plant right here. Just water, and in the beginning fertilize, and I came in one more time and fertilized as well. So let me get on in here, and I'm actually on the back side of the fence, guys, and I do spot some weeds right here that need to come on out. I believe those are honeysuckles, and I need to take them on out. But let me get on up here, guys, so I can show you all what I have just spotted. Now look at that beauty there, guys. That is a beautiful flower, I am telling you of. And now here comes the name. This plant right here is the mother Land Okra. There was a gentleman that went overseas to Africa, and he brought back this particular seed here and planted in the US, and I believe he planted seeds for Baker Creek. And so that is what we have here, guys. I don't know if the lighting is doing much justice for the bloom there, but let me zoom in. Look at that. That is a very, very big bloom. Now, one of the things that I want to talk a little bit about with this bloom right here, what I am actually going to do, and the reason why I do see an ant all the way up there, which is a good thing, because what those ants also do they kind of help to pollinate the flower. They'll get in there and try to get the nectar and, you know, walk all over and pollinate. But I have not seen any bee activity. And so what I am also going to do, I'm going to go ahead, get a brush, and come on in and pollinate that flower. Now I know you all may be saying to yourself, hey, how are you going to pollinate that flower? It is just one flower open. How are you going to do it? How are you going to do it? So let me explain to you here, guys, today. Now, this okra flower right here, they are actually self-pollinated, just like your tomatoes, your peppers. They are actually self-pollinated, guys. And so what I am going to do is get that brush, and I'm going to come on in, and I'm going to get some of that pollen from back there and put right here on the tip of that plant there, on tip of that little bud on the inside, just so that way I can pollinate it. Okay, so keep in mind with your okra, and like I said, I'm glad I catch this while it is in full bloom. Look like it just opened up today, and so I will be able to go ahead and pollinate that. As I said, there is no bees buzzing around, and so that is why I will come on in and pollinate that. That is our first bloom, and we don't want to lose it, because what will happen if that plant don't get pollinated by a bee or an ant or whatever kind of insect that will come in and pollinate it? What will happen to that flower? It will simply dries up and it will fall off. Okay, so if sometime whenever you see your okras and it did not take, 9 times out of 10, what happened? That okra did not pollinate itself, and so that's what happens. All right, but guys, I hope y'all can see what is going on there as much as I can. Just looking so beautiful. I'm telling you, the biggest okra flower that I ever seen, and also not even to mention the the flower on that plant. But let me show you all over here just a moment. I don't want to be too long, but let me show you all the size on the leaves. Now that right there is a grown man hand, and look at that. Those leaves, they are super huge. Look at that, guys. Okay, and so there are actually a couple more buds up in there that will be getting ready to open up, and so I will be keeping my eye out for that as well. But nonetheless, guys, I just wanted to come on in and show y'all what we just spotted here inside of the garden. Now I know my wife, she's going to be super excited to hear that the flower has opened up on the motherland okra. All right, and so just stay tuned. What we're actually going to go ahead and do, we're actually going to come on in and do a video on this okra plant here, just to talk a little bit about it. you know I wouldn't say pros and cons, because it is our first time planting the okra, but we'll let y'all know a little bit about it, talk a little bit about it, so just stay tuned. All right, so I just want to say peace and blessings to each and every one of y'all out there. Have a blessed day.